We're going to analyze the short story called Love Thy Neighbor, and it is written by Jennifer Moore. The way we're going to do that is to start with a brief summary. Then we're going to talk about place, character sketch, including the narrator, themes, foreshadowing, and at last the message.
Yeah. To sum up the story very briefly, the short story is about two couple who, you can say that they live their life through two other persons next door. We have this first person narrator who lives with his wife in an apartment in Eastbourne in southern England. They live next door to another couple. We do not know the first person character and his wife's names. However, we know the other couple's names, Angus and Suki. The married couple's problems and disagreement. The two persons, the first person narrator and his wife, find something to have in common to relate to when. Oh, you can say firstly, the wife buys this book about feng shui and she wants to reorganize their apartment. Then when they're moving the piano, they find or they accidentally create a hole in the wall so they can look through to the apartment next door, to the couple next door. They call it a porthole, and you can only look one way through. You can only see Angus and Suki, but Suki and Angus cannot look the other way back.
Yeah, and through the whole story, they use the porthole to spy on the other couple.
And to briefly talk about the place where the story takes place, it is in Eastbourne, which is in the southern part of England. And if you look that place up on the internet, it says that it is the sunniest place in Great Britain, which is quite a paradox because this story is no sunshine story.
Yeah, exactly.
And when talking about the character sketch, first of all, it is a first-person narrator. We do not know his name or his wife's, which I guess you can say that it makes the story kind of universal because they do not have names, and
Yeah.
it could be your neighbors who are like this. Um, the first person narrator, he is first of all very naive, and he becomes possessed very early in the story. But also he's very calm and irritated. However, he grows very hateful, and he develops abstinences when he is not able to look at this other couple, when he's not
Yeah.
able to get like he struck. Um, we have a citation of this, which is I felt something like hatred bubbling up in my chest at the memory of that little boy curled up in the bush, and that is on page 5, line 196 to 170.
Yeah, and that citation underlines the adjective hateful, which he definitely is.
Yeah, at least in the end.
Yeah.
Um, the first person narrator's wife, she's also very naive, and she gets possessed by this. You can call their feng shui, the couple's feng shui, are the porthole, because when they have this porthole, they have harmony in the relationship, and they have something to be absorbed in. Um, so she's also very possessed. She reorganized her everyday life just to make time to look at the other couple.
Yeah, and then we looked at the different names in the short story, and we found out that Angus is pretty similar to the feeling anger, and that is definitely what he is, angry and moody.
Yeah, exactly.
And Suki, spelled with an I in the end, means a person which is beloved.
When talking about the symbols in the text, as mentioned, this feng shui is a symbol. Um, the wife, she tries to create harmony in their apartment, and by moving the piano and creating the porthole, she creates their harmony. um, by making the portal, by looking through the portal. The narrator and his wife, they find comfort in something, and the portal is, you can relate it to modern reality shows, for example.
Yeah. And then we are at the themes.
Hmm?
One theme, maybe the most important theme, is the lack of life. When talking about the first person narrator and his wife, they have this lack of life, or you can also call it lack of excitement, into enthusiasm, inspiration. They miss something in the relationship. It's dull. It's boring. They just miss something. So you can say that this lack of life, which is demonstrated by the fact that they look through this porthole all the time, is very important, because the lack of life is not existing when they have this porthole to be absorbed in. Then they live. They think they live. However, they only live through the other couple. You can say. Another theme.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that is like being obsessed with reality TV. It's like you're living your life through another
Yeah.
person's or group of persons' life. Yeah.
Okay, another theme. Obsession, possession. Both the first person narrator and his wife are very possessed in this story. Firstly, this woman becomes obsessed in feng shui, and as we have talked about earlier, this feng shui is to look through this porthole to see the other couple. So both the first person narrator and his wife, they are possessed in this. They reorganize their whole everyday life just to make time to look through this stupid hole, you can say. We have a citation that quite good demonstrates this possession. Okay, citation. I took to working in the afternoon instead. When our neighbors were out, my wife would take the early evening slots when I was finishing off my translations, and the evenings were shared between us. So they want to watch the other couple, Angus and Suki, all the time. They are leaving no time not to look, because they have to see everything.
We want to talk about the foreshadowing, which is in the text. First of all, there is some foreshadowing about the killing, which happens in the end, or at least the fact that the two persons are dead. First of all, because we get to know that the room of Angus and Suki's apartment is painted in a deep blood red color, and furthermore, at one point in the text, Suki accidentally spills some red wine on the carpet. And in addition to that, we get to hear that in their apartment they have a strange carved wooden. They have strange carved wooden masks hanging around on the wall, and furthermore they have this large ceremonial knife. And in the end of the story, we hear that these wooden masks are looking down on the two corpses with approval, like they wanted it to happen.
Yeah, Angus and Suki, when they kill each other, we might think that they kill each other, and then the mask just look down upon with some kind of approval. So it's also some kind of foreshadowing. To end this, we just want to add a short message, which we will say it's you have to live your own life. You see, the first person narrator and his wife, they destroy their own lives because they start reorganizing their everyday life just to make sure that they have time to look through the hole to the other couple. Additionally, Angus and Suki, they kill each other. We still only think, but at least they're dead. So, and this ends out, or we would end out to conclude that the message would be that you just have to live your own life. another couple can't live your life. You can only do it yourself.
Yeah, you can only live your own life, and also this message or this short story shows that what the consequences might be for a reality, an obsession of reality TV, what it could
Yeah,
be.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can say that the short story criticizes reality TV.
Mm.
And yeah, additionally, the two people they can choose between passively being a part of another couple's life, or actively being a part of their own life, and they choose the first option, which later on makes the people both cold-hearted, and it actually destroys their own lives.
Bye.